one, and we're live! Hello and welcome back to the INVICTUS stream. My name, as always, is Mr. Harlan Guthrie, and I am here with the lovely, the talented, and a lady that I quite enjoy, Ms. Jo Fallak.
Hello.
In many ways. The one and only, the zany man himself, my brother, Mr. Alex Guthrie.
Oh, hi there. Hi.
And Mr. Community himself, Mr. Bob Lyle.
It's my fault for the technical.
It is not your fault. We are here with Beyond the Strange, Chapter 4. That's right. Tonight is Chapter 4. For those of you who might have been watching today to try to catch up, you might have seen that Chapter 4 was already streamed. That was my fault. I renamed the old video Chapter 4 for some reason. Secret is, I'm a fucking idiot. So pay no attention to the man who did that. I know.
Kidding.
Spoilers. But, we're here. It is now Chapter 4 where we left off last week, and I'm so excited. I'm having such a great time with all y'all in the strange. So thank you so much for joining me on this crazy adventure. You guys have made this a really enjoyable time. I was anticipating and excited to get back in the strange, and now it's just, like suckling at a teat. Tonight, we are back with Chapter 4. You are on the frozen planet of Crichton. There will be combat, there will be difficulty, and most importantly, there will be a mad dash for me to get my rule sets ready. The one thing that I love and hate about the system is how you have to convert every, die roll, It's like a 2 is a 6, and so on and so forth. So you need to know how difficult something is. A basic difficulty of 1 means you need to roll 3 or higher, and that's an important conversion. So I have a handy chart ready to go with all my notes and cheat codes on it. Up, down, left, right.
A handy chart.
A handy chart. That's right. Well, we've already wasted enough time with technical difficulties. I don't want to waste too much time, but I do want to say MVP this week was whom?
That's a weird thing that you want to say.
No, I know, because
I don't know whom.
I decided it is Carly.
Oh,
Why, you might ask? Well, I've decided that MVPs during this game are now going to be awarded to the people who win the Jackbox game streams that we have on Saturday.
Amazing.
Which was Carly for doing amazing art. What is MVP gain at this point right now? I mean, XP is still something that we are offering at times, but I think for the simplicity of Beyond the Strange is I'm going to let Carly pick one of the ciphers that's handed out in tonight's game, whether she created herself, pick from the long extensive list that already exists on the amazing Discord, or creates a brand new one. Doesn't matter, but cipher will be added. Carly's cipher will be added to tonight's game. Well done, Carly. You're MVP. Look at all these rounds of applause. This audience is crazy for us tonight, guys.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my
Thank
God.
you so much.
please stop.
We better
Stop.
give them what they want, and that is a sexy little game. So, without further ado, shall we jump into this?
Let's go.
Yeah.
Except I'm going to need a little bit of those intro credits. Alex, you want to take it away, or should I bequeath it to somebody else for tonight?
No, I'll take it. Tonight's game is brought to you by Harlan. Welcome to the strange.
Charlie Rabbit, the bunny, arrived on Crichton many years ago and has, since then, made it his sole goal to leave. Besides disliking the notion of being cold, he also really didn't enjoy thinking that he was unwanted. He was, after all, the only of his litter to be discarded by his mother Tiffany, and so the idea of being abandoned was a familiar and quite sensitive one. It was not only a goal easily achieved. It was not a goal easily achieved. However, despite having the motivation and brains to accomplish the arduous task of finding the slipstream into the strange, he struggled with the physical needs, the requirements, to overcome the obstacles that lie in the way. However, after meeting Reza, Charlemagne, and Raz, Charlie felt at this time they may just have a chance at finally getting to the water dragon and finding a way off this planet. After all, the 100th time is the charm. Charlie Rabbit leads you out of the tavern. You leave behind the warmth, the smell of cinnamon and apples, and the light from the tavern and head out to the now still snowy night. You see that you are standing in a snow-covered hilltop. Surrounding you are tall, branchless trees covered in snow, almost dead in the way they appear. But a valley awaits before you. A small cobblestone path, shoveled off, leads down. But instead of heading down that path, Charlie veers to the right. "This way," he says, and hops along the path as the three of you stand there.
I suppose we should be moving before the snow covers us like these ugly trees. Come on here, move. Let's go.
What do you guys think is down that way? Miraz points a jelloid appendage down the cobblestone pathway that's been shoveled. Looks like someone's taking care of it, you know?
In fact, the cobblestone path does look like it leads towards the valley before you and adventure. It seems like this is the path to take you towards your inevitable goal. The fog from the early morning, despite it being pitch black out, still lingers in the sky, so you can't quite see beyond the valley that you know drops before you.
Charlie Rabbit? Charlie?
Yes, what? Hey.
Yo. What's down this way?
That's the way we're going, love. But first, and he walks only a few feet more and gestures with a small little paw towards the stables. We're going to need a ride. Now, there's only 3 horses, so who is going to volunteer to give me a ride? And he kind of anxiously looks at the 3 of you.
I'll do it.
Oh, that's a
Good.
That's
I'm glad.
Now listen,
Didn't want the rabbit on my back.
Good job, Reza. You're a good lad. And because of that, I'll let you pick first. Come here. And he kind of waves you forward. Now, we only got 3 horses. Obviously, there's a lot of inbreeding, trying to keep them alive in Old Sant, so they're not the most fanciful steeds. But I will say there are some runts in the litter. And he sort of looks wounded at that, his own comment. I made myself sad. Anyway, here. And he gestures to the 3 horses. And he points at the first. This here is Bobblepot. And before you is a fat horse. It wheezes heavily, and it just seems to be drooling constantly. Its cross eyes sort of stare up and down in angles, and it just sort of looks at you like this, Reza. So that's your first choice. This here is a lovely old steed named Cindy Frailbones, and beside her is this old horse. It's got a missing eye and legs so thin that you can't quite tell that they're there. Only by the shaking do they appear to human eyes. She's been around the block a little bit in more ways than one. Or, of course, there's a nightmare steed and a pure black stallion with chiseled muscles, a finely tuned leather saddle straddling its back, sort of like clops forward and goes, "Choose me." Sounded like you said, "Choose me." Anyway, you pick first. The other 2, because you weren't so kind as to offer me a ride, you don't get to pick yet. So, Rezo, which you like? Bubblepot, Cindy Frailbones, or Nightmare Steed?
I'll take that sexy Nightmare Steed.
Good choice, lad. Good choice. And Nightmare Steed walks out. He's a beauty. Prize of
Good
everyone.
sound effects there.
Thank you. Prize of everyone in the tavern. Love this little steed. Nice. Go give him a good pet there. You want to get acquainted with your horse. We're going to be riding these guys for a long time.
I reach my hand up and towards its nose to let it smell my hand.
And it's like, and it gallops off. And Charlie's like, no, Nightmare! And you see it just like skids in the snow right next to the cliff and... My God. That was our best horse. He walks over the edge. And
just died.
Oh, God, there's blood everywhere. Yeah, no, he died. Fuck. All right, well, I'll let you pick again. Bubblepot or Cindy Frailbones?
I'll take Shaky Leg.
Cindy.
Cindy.
She's a beautiful mare. Perfect. Come here. And this like frail horse walks out. Let's get it to acquaint yourself, give her a little pat there.
And this one I don't pat. I don't want it to run off, so I just immediately hop on its back.
Good thinking. And yeah, she seems sturdy. All right. Well, I only got one more horse apparently, so one of you is going to be walking. But let's see. How can we make this fair? Oh, I know. I got something in my pocket that I'll give to whoever doesn't get the horse. So, you amongst yourselves choose who gets the horse and who gets what's in my pocket.
Charlemagne looks at Ak Mirak. Forget. Is that how you say your name? Mirak?
Miraz.
Ak. And he selfishly says, I am taking the horse because I am the king, and the king rides a horse, and nobody else is above the king. So you can rock with the stuff that the rabbit will give you from his pocket. Goodbye. He walks up and
pulls her
stuff.
glasses down on her noodly snoot and just looks at you coolly over the top of them and says, I figured as much. And
all right, then that's fair. Charlemagne, you can take Bubblepot. And she kind of comes out.
And I jump on the horse, and it starts to just like walk in circles.
Yeah, it's like
on a very big slant. This horse is leaning out of
and
hand.
like
I can't stand it.
As you're on it, it's like trying to look at you constantly. It's like that's why it's walking in circles. It's just waiting to like lock eyes with you. Right. Well, look, I'm sorry. Didn't have enough horses. Nightmare Steed. Didn't see that one coming. Though she was depressed for a long time. Here! And he reaches in his pocket and he pulls out a small satchel for you. And he puts it in your flubbery hand. This is something that's been around her for quite a while. This whole place used to be filled with very bizarre magical items. So this is what we like to call an oddity. Enjoy. And he hands it to you.
Cool. I open it up. Take a look.
Amazing.
What do I got?
You have an oddity is something that is quirky, unique, something that you can utilize. When you utilize your oddities in the form of the game, pushing the story or just to have some fun, it's more often than not, if it's used cleverly, that you're going to get some experience. So these are things to add flavor to the game, but also tools in which to gain you further experience. And you unwrap a small leather pouch, I guess. And inside you see a stone cup. This is a stone cup that turns any liquid placed within it purple. No other changes made.
Just purple.
Just purple. You can call that whatever you want.
Cool. Yeah, Miraz takes the stone cup out, looks at it, and then goes to put it inside one of the pouches in her torso, and then she realizes there's something else in the pouch, and she reaches down and she pulls out an apple, something that she had picked up off the ground from when she was hanging out with the apple tree.
Right.
And she looks at the rickety horse beside her that Reza and the rabbit are now sitting astride of. She sort of offers the apple to Cindy, the horse.
And Cindy's like, its teeth obviously breaking.
No, that's so sad.
Charlie hops up. All right, well, everything is squared away. It looks like we have a bit of riding to do, so let's. And you hear a voice. Oh, not so fast, there, Charlie. What is it? Oh, your third companion there is walking. Of course. And you see now by the front door, sort of harboring himself against the chill, the bartender is looking out. Well, as long as she brings him back, she can use Bessie. Oh, thank you. Sure. Bessie! and a winged creature flies over the top of the building. Snow flurries up into little tails, wisps all around, and this dwarf dragon begins batting its wings and lands right before you, Miraz. You take good care of her. And he sort of nods to you with a smile, Miraz, and heads back inside. Charlie's like, oh, Bessie, that's bartender's, whatever his name is, I forget. It doesn't really fucking matter. You know what I'm talking about. Daniel. Something like that. I can find it. Now I need to fucking find Dan Pollarino.
That's it. It was one or the other.
That's his noble steed. Treat her well. And you have an ice dragon to ride.
Cool.
This is not fair. This was not in the original dealing. Nobody can be above me. Here, you take the horse, and he tries to trot over to you, and the horse is like doing like cross-legged things.
It's really in love with you. Like the horse is like constantly trying to lick you, but more so the dragon is very territorial, very honor bound to its master, and it's heard that the master has bequeathed Miraz to ride. So the minute you try to move towards it, the dragon just snaps at you.
Hey, there, Bessie. It's all right. Everything's gonna be just gravy.
All right, well, everyone's happy. Everyone's got their beautiful steeds. Reza, you look down at the fucking ancient horse you're on, and Charlemagne, you look down at this clearly inbred horse thing, and you just see Miraz in like the violet moonlight, like rear up on the back of this ice dragon. The blood after it was feasting on Nightmare Steed in its mouth, like it's just.
My clone, my like spore clone is trying to climb up the side of the dragon too, but keeps like sliding back down.
Amazing, perfect. And Charlie's like, all right, let's start down the cobblestone path. And at a trot, you all begin to move downwards. Moving past the tavern fills you with a sense of wonder. Before you is a snow-filled valley, almost completely obscured by the fog, which very soon after lifts, and you are greeted to this densely populated cityscape. You see that this valley was once filled with houses and small hamlets and farmsteads. You can see sort of the divots of where rows and rows of corn centuries ago would have been cultivated. Towers fallen over and spread out across the snow. It's a simultaneously awe-inspiring sight and sad tale of what befell this planet after the sun died out. A ghost of the past as you all sort of trot down the stone pathway down the mountainside. It sort of winds back and forth, and you look back to the fog cutting off the roof of the tavern. Charlie sort of notices, that's why they put it up there. A lot of dangerous creatures about, but not too bright. They don't know anything's up there, especially when it gets foggy.
You mentioned Wendigo?
At first light. We left at first light. I said that.
Yes.
What's the question?
How do you know of this creature?
Oh, the Wendigo. Yes. Well, it's a long story. Put it this way. We're all here for a very specific reason. We're trying to get back into the strange. As I mentioned, or briefly, maybe my friend did, the strange, it exists all around us. But you need to have access points, places where it sort of slips in and out. Well, my friend, a bloke I met a long, long time ago, he left this place through that. He was a doctor. He left a clue for us. It's above the bar back there. I read it out for you. Pointing tooth, open jaw, past never closing, empty maw, hanging danger, eons, daughter, sharpening fang, spawn of water. I correctly deduced that it was the water dragon. Legend says it lives in that castle up yonder. And again, you kind of turn back to see this sprawling city. It's almost so dense that it's sort of difficult to discern the mountain shapes from the very clear castle outline in the distance. It's got huge peaks, wrought iron fence high up, almost barely noticeable against the violet moon. And as you look back to Charlie, he sort of shudders a little bit. Anyway, I sent a friend or two out this way to try to do it. Came with one or two. Most of the time we got turned back, but the ones that did come back mentioned that there was a creature, a Wendigo. So that's part of what we're going to have to do.
I asked Charlie if he's ever actually seen the Wendigo in person.
Seen is such a specific word. I'd like to say that I felt her. You know, the presence of a Wendigo is a real fuck. So you kind of know when they're... Nah, I haven't.
Then how do you know they exist?
Well, it's not the first time I heard it. Put it that way. The fact that it is in the castle is a new, I'd say, relatively new information. But Wendigos are pretty popular around here. There's been a few hunters that tried their might and missed and failed. A few tapestries depicted. Look, it doesn't matter. I feel pretty confident.
So what shall we do when we come across this Wendigo? Shall I just tell it no, and it will go because it respects my authority?
I mean, I would not be man to tell you what you could and couldn't do, but probably not. I mean, do you know much about Wendigos?
Can I perform a premonition?
Sure.
I would love to try to casually observe information leaks in this revision.
Sure.
So that I can learn a fact about a Wendigo.
Okay.
Here I go.
Go.
Oh, good thinking. Very creative.
15.
Nice. Success. So your premonition ability reads as what?
It says, despite appearances, reality is quantum and non-casual, which means a careful observer can discover information leaks. You learn one random fact about a person or location that is pertinent to a topic you designate. Alternatively, you can choose to learn a creature's level. However, if you do so, you cannot learn anything else about it later with this revision.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm going to say this applies strongly, but we're going to sort of flavor it in the sense of Charlie seems like he knows this, but he's being very shifty about why. So it's sort of going to work as a non-fuck with me persuasion because you know this for fact. So what specifically are you hoping to learn about Wendigos?
I want to learn any, not weaknesses specifically, but if there's anything that we can specifically take advantage of when dealing with this creature.
Okay. So frame this in a way that you're sort of getting the skinny on Charlie and you get that he's bluffing.
Yeah, so I look down from my ice dragon mount at Charlie Rabbit astride Cindy the steed, and I say, all right, Charlie, but really, what's the lowdown? Give me the skinny. You said that people have come back, have talked about the Wendigos, and that's cool and everything. But, like, do you remember anything that they said? Like I get it that you can, like, know when one's around and you get, like, weird vibes and stuff. But, like, specifics, man. We need specifics. Sounds dangerous.
I mean, well, yeah, of course. It's a creature. It's terrible. It's frightening. All right, fine. Listen. You're not the first people that I came with trying to find the strange. All right?
Aha! So you're taking us to a trap.
No,
I see how it is. You're going to rob me of my gold and riches.
No, not unless you die. No, listen. People I brought here before. Do you know anything about Wendigo? It's not a creature that you find commonly. It's a curse. See, Wendigos only exist by eating the flesh of another. Well, our previous party, we went to that castle. We killed that dragon. But we got trapped in the underholes in the dungeon. And, well, things got bad. People turned on each other, started eating some of the people that fell from the dragon, that is. I managed to get out, but Daryl, he started getting ravenous. He had a look in his eye like he wanted some rabbit jerky. But more than that, he changed. He hungered for flesh. Look, a Wendigo's not just a creature, it's a curse. Daryl, he started eating his own people and he turned into some creature. You can't talk to him, you can't reason with him, you can't do nothing with him but kill him. And I feel guilty, all right?
What you say is partially true. You see, I once had a neighbor, and he was a great enemy of mine. And, well, I sent my forces to destroy their village. And my men, they ate him. And they came back and they were not the same. They hungered for the flesh. And, well, they turned into very, very, how you say, rude. In fact, very rude. I had to send them away into the forest. We never saw them again. But many people, they talk of the wild, angry deer who roam the forest, eating the humans that go in there. You hear of this sort of similar thing as the Wendigo is the deer that eats the humans. Yeah?
That's exactly what it is. It's something to do with this plane. Look, I've been from other places. It doesn't necessarily matter, but it's some god here forbid the eating of human flesh, and it's a curse. It transforms them. Look, I don't know how good it'll be, but I know exactly where that Wendigo was changed, at least. I know the way in, and I know the way out. There, you got it from me, you heathen woman. Oh.
All right, Rabbit, all right.
You continue down the stone pathway, and you sort of reach the bottom of this path where it opens to a small town. You see caved-in roofs of stone buildings. You see the empty plains that were once toiled. You see broken signposts and lamps long since fallen over. It's almost apocalyptic in its depiction of a medieval countryside, all snow-covered. The wind picks up. The violet moons are strong overhead. And you see 3 small creatures. They're about the size of a toddler, 2 feet. They're rather large and they seem sort of furry. You can barely make them out in the moonlight. It's the movement and the sound that sort of first catches your interest. Yup.
I'm sorry, did you say something? Merk?
Yup.
Reza, did you say something? I say as I wobble back and forth on my horse.
I kind of... Who's in the lead?
I kind of pictured you, Reza.
Okay, I go to turn my horse, and it takes several seconds because it's just like on its wobbly legs. It turns and breathes heavy as it turns. And I ask, I guess Miraz is up in the air. She's flying around.
No, I'm walking on the dragon. The dragon's just chill.
The dragon, it's like so much more energy to expend its flying, so it's just kind of like...
But still bigger than the horse.
Yeah.
Okay. I turn around and I ask Miraz and His Highness if they saw those little shadows in the roadway there.
No, I did not see anything, but I thought I heard you say yap. Maybe you're talking a bit to your horse. Do you say yap?
I'm gonna look again, and there's no longer any creatures there.
Okay, I'm gonna dismount and tell Charlie Rabbit to stay on the horse, keep the engine running.
All right, but you have to be careful around here. There's a lot of dangerous things.
And I'm gonna turn my flashlight on and kind of scan around.
Your flashlight bounces over stones, fallen posts. You see the cobblestone foundation of a derelict building, and then a glint of something. You see a small creature stand up, the light reflecting in one of its two large eyes. It's sort of a furry creature, gray colored, and it turns its head and says, "Yup, yup."
What's that? Did you say? I hear you say "yup, yup" again.
Do they look hostile?
Define looking hostile. Why don't you give me a roll?
Okay, just to see.
They don't have guns that's
Just a
pointed at you.
seeing roll. I rolled an 8.
They don't appear hostile, no?
I mean, do they have like fangs dripping with blood and
No.
long claws?
The
So they
best
look like
hostile
Ewoks.
creatures. Yeah, kind of. But think more like, imagine an owl that walks, but bigger head and just legs.
Good.
So like big furry balls
Thanks,
with
I
big
hate it.
emotion-filled eyes. And
Creepy.
yeah, your light just stays on it, and it doesn't move.
Wow.
I'm
I see.
gonna approach it slowly.
And yeah, as you do, you feel something bump into your leg, and you look down, and there's another one, and it's just like walking at you. It's just kind of against your leg. Yep.
Reza, no! And Charlemagne overreacts and starts galloping on his cross-eyed steed.
And then, like,
And
wide arc.
I take these he's like his legs can't go straight; they're always crossing, eh? And I'm like, it takes me a good to go,
but
100
your
meters.
emotion is so Reza, no, and it's like
and I pull out my dagger.
yeah. By the
I
time you
throw
get
my
there,
head.
he's just like looking down at this thing that's bumping, and the other one's crawled out, and it's kind of at your other leg now, just like bumping into you. Yep.
Aw.
I'm gonna reach down and pick one up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a small fuzzy creature. It doesn't fight it. It looks like it's moving towards you, and the minute you kind of let it, it just sort of nuzzles you and breathes.
Yo,
And
they
then I
look
reach down and
cold.
grab the other one too.
Yeah, and they're just both like nuzzling you. And
then
Charlie,
Reza,
no!
Charlie Rabbit looks over at you and he's like, "Oh, don't do that. That's a bad idea, mate.
And I say, no, I'm keeping these guys.
You don't know what you're dealing with.
Charlie, what are we looking at here, man?
Those are yup yups."
Yeah, I heard that much.
And
What?
just like in the Monty Python and the Holy Grail, I take forever to get there. Then all of a sudden I'm right there, and I'd like to attack one of these with the saber that I have,
Okay.
like brutally stab it
Sure. I mean,
in a very
Reza's holding
awful
them.
way.
Reza's holding them. So, Reza, are you going to defend them? Like, what's the status here?
Yeah, I'm gonna defend them.
Okay, so then it'll be a contested roll, which I didn't
Whose house
research.
is that?
I don't know, but it's a
Okay.
contested roll now. So it's going to be Alex versus PC versus PC. Both PCs roll, and the highest roll succeeds.
There you go.
That's the easiest contest. Good thing I
Okay,
looked
but
it
I
up.
just want to make it very clear that I don't want to hit Bob.
No, that's okay. That won't be a consequence.
Or
A 15.
GM
I
intrusion.
got an 18.
Oh yeah. So you make a stabby, and
And how about I totally miss and I fall off my horse and I go right into the snow and I'm like comedically total upper body in the snow and my feet are dangling.
And I'm gonna offer you
And,
GM
like,
intrusion that you break your dagger when you fall.
oh man. Okay. Sure.
Can hold on to a weapon.
Yeah.
to save
So
his
yeah,
life.
you fall and you're like, describe it.
Yeah, so and my king's robes are like up and sort of like my my ancient
Pantaloons.
pantaloons, yeah, showing my skinny legs all the way up, sort of like I'm wearing tights.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like Ice King.
Yeah.
And I get up and I'm offended by the yup yups.
Yeah.
And I say,
One's like when you're
"You
upside
stupid."
down. When you're upside down, it's like standing on your bum. The third one is like yep,
Right,
yep.
right.
And then just like you just like knock it off. It like falls over.
my legs are kicking.
Yeah.
Hey, get me out of here, you stupid little yup
you-
yup! You make me look so silly.
You are weaponless. You have an XP, and you get an XP to someone else.
Oh, I'll give an XP to Bob
Yeah. Nice.
because I did that.
Yeah. Charlie's like, Raz, I understand that those things are cute, but trust me, they're not to be trusted.
One of Miraz's, I guess my clone, is like slid down the dragon at the third yup, and she sort of like scoops him up and is forming like a little chair shape with her upper body and arms.
Yeah.
And
it's
it's
like,
just like
yep.
picked up this little creature and sort of toddles it back to the dragon.
Yeah. And the dragon's like sniffing it. You can see it's like about to eat it.
No. Disallow.
Yeah, it like looks at you. I mean, you're in charge of it for now.
Pull its reins.
So what do? You just carry these two? Look,
Yeah,
we gotta keep going.
I put them both in one arm. I'm trying to corral them there, and I help up Charlemagne. And
Yeah. So
I hold him. I go, this one is named as Onyx, and this one is named as Cal.
Oh,
And they're mine.
as you
you've
touch
already
these,
named them.
And
as you touch them.
I hold one up to him,
Yeah.
right in his face.
Away from me, and I put my hand in the face of the yup, and I push it away, like in the face.
So I
Get
want to
out
describe
of my face.
for everybody
Yeah,
feeling these things. They feel like tiny little tiny little creatures with huge amounts of fur on them. You know how like. You know what I mean? I can't think of exactly the description, but like where you pick something up and you expect it to be bigger, but it's just all fur, and it's like the tiny little. You feel its frail little warm body, and it's got black skin underneath, and it's like this big bulbous little head with
Like a long hair cat or something.
kind of yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And when
yeah,
they get wet, they're like so skinny.
yeah.
Like little
So
rat
so when
creatures.
I push the face, my hand goes right inside of the fur,
Yeah. Basically.
like the feathery fur, and I'm like, what the hell? And I don't push it because I get so far and I don't feel anything other than
It's like
fleshy fur.
It's kind of
I
like
pull back.
It's like Cousin
This
It,
is
but it's
wild.
got two big eyes
Yeah.
on it.
This is too wild for me. No. 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 No.
Yep.
No. 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 No.
Yep.
No. 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 No.
And Charlie's like, all right, then let's keep fucking going. You want to bring your pets? Bring your fucking pets. But I'm telling you, that's a bad idea.
Maybe I can eat them instead of you. And I get on my cross-eyed horse again.
And it's like looking at you. It's like following. It's like nuzzling your head as you approach. Like it's trying to lick you.
Stop it, you silly horse! Everything in this stupid world is so stupid.
It's like so dumb and sweet. Like it's just trying. Like it's so simple. It's just like trying to like lick your face, and it just doesn't realize what it's doing. It's just like, I so picture that.
And I just want to remind the audience that I'm playing a brash paradox, someone who's just like obviously rude. So I'm really trying to
I want to
play
remind
that up.
everyone that this isn't me.
You're doing a great job, Alex.
You're doing great.
It's very amusing.
No one's
not
worried.
annoying.
Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you.
So Charlie's like, can we go?
I get back on my horse and
Yeah.
I look, and
yeah.
it's like, let's ride. And I slap my horse's butt,
Yeah.
and
the horse is like,
it kind of goes up, not like in a movie like a Lone Ranger, but
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
jump, and instead of running, it just starts shuffling,
It doesn't actually jump. Yeah, it just goes like
just kind of
its feet never leave the ground.
Meanwhile, Miraz hops
it's like-
on, and then she's like, scream
Yeah.
into the sky.
Perfect. You
And-
have
and your
three
horse
yup-yups.
goes, nah.
You like the little car. And you keep moving down the road. You get about 5 minutes when you hear yap yap behind you. Yup yup. And you hear yup yup. And you turn around and you see a massive yup yup. It just
I
stands
told
there.
you. Before I turn around, I just say, I start to turn. I say, I told you to shut.
Yeah, and it like walks towards you,
It's coming from ahead of us,
behind you.
from behind us.
It's like walked out from a shuffly boulder.
Does it look like we can? Well, no. What a stupid question. I was gonna ask if we could outrun it, but
No.
the horses seem just kind of.
I
Like
mean, you
window
could.
dressing at this point.
Later.
Bye.
we might be able to if we get off our horses and run.
Yeah,
That's
probably.
so funny.
Yeah, and this big yup yup, it just like sort of stands maybe 10 feet away from you.
How do the yup yups react to this big one?
Inconsequential.
Don't
Just
care.
like,
They're like, yep. Yep.
Yeah, they say yup, 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 yup.
Did we like do something
tell if there's
wrong or
help or-
what?
And Charlie Rabbit's like, I told you not to take him.
Okay, Rabbit,
What?
cool your jets.
I'm just trying to help, all right? We have a mission to do. And now you've taken the yup yups from the mother yup yup, and you know what'll happen? Probably nothing, because they really don't mind. So I think she's probably just getting food. I mean, yup yups are pretty harmless, but they're annoying. And they butt heads with my cuteness.
We should probably move along, and it's not obvious to myself, but it's very obvious to the rest of you that I'm just frightened at this point.
Aw.
So, let us get going. Come on, you silly people. Grr. Gallop, you stupid horse.
Yeah.
Come on.
And you all
Stop
start
looking at
moving.
me.
And the yup yups all follow.
Scare the
Reza, do you
stand up.
leave the yup yups or do you keep them?
Oh, I'm keeping them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your clone's got a yup yup too.
Yeah. I think the clone might.
No. Yup yup, not yeah.
Yup. I think the clone might put the yup down. Kind of
Sure.
more out of boredom than anything.
Yeah.
I think she had her cuddle and is now like, all right, go on.
And the crew's just like, yup.
And we keep moving.
It seems unfazed, but it follows. And you continue moving down the road. You get to sort of a more dense part of this small village, maybe where, a local baker would be. And from a small corner, you've managed somehow to get a little bit of headway from the yup yups, but they're still following.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear,
I'm sorry. What makes the baker want to be in the dense part of town? Is this like a rye bread baker?
what?
You say we're getting a dense part of town where the baker might be. I'm just kind of confused as why a baker might go to a dense part of town. Like,
Because more people would populate that area.
I guess, but why wouldn't you say
It's
where
a
there are
gluten-free
lots of
bakery.
shops?
Don't worry.
It's
Anyways,
a dense part. It's a
moving
densely
on.
populated part of town.
Where the
don't
shops
think
and
I
stalls
said-
might be.
Yeah,
But
I don't
where
think I
the
said
baker
anything
is.
wrong about that. I don't know. I couldn't list three other things: a blacksmith,
Okay.
a baker,
I'm
a
sorry.
candlestick maker.
Yeah.
More.
Sorry.
Daycare.
You hear a voice. Oi, can you help me, please? It cuts through the night. So far, all you've heard is yup yup. At this point, you begin to see lightly falling snow, and standing maybe 20 feet down the road at a crossroads, you see a man standing over the body of another man. Excuse me, can I have some help, please?
Charlie, is this your friend?
I've never seen this man. Be careful. Anyone who's out here, besides fucking yup yups, can be very dangerous.
You there. What is your problem?
No
Are you
problem.
helping-
No problem. I'm lost. I just need a little bit of help.
Are you helping that man up?
No.
Let me help you help that man up.
No,
and I
he's
start to trot towards him.
all right. Come here.
You're silly man. What are you doing out here? Aren't you cold?
Yeah, and as you get closer, you see that this man is standing over a dead body, covered in blood, and he's holding a knife. Come here.
Your friend there looks like maybe he might be injured.
Yeah, I think he's fucking dead.
Dead.
Yeah, come.
Wait a minute.
Look.
Wait 1 minute. This is danger. What? You have done this.
Did your friend succumb to the effects of being murdered by you?
It's a danger. What's that? Sorry? Say again.
Did your friend succumb to an untimely being murdered?
No, it didn't murder him. It was self-defense.
I tell him to drop the knife.
Right, of course. And he throws it into the body. Boom. Just sticks into the body in front of him. I'm just need help. Just point me in the direction of the tavern. The Apple Pie Emporium. I'm just want to find some people.
Don't do it. He's gonna go there and murder everyone.
I'm not going to murder everyone.
Yeah, he is.
What are you fucking saying that for?
What?
What are you fucking saying that for?
'Cause you just murdered a guy.
It was self-defense. I just told you.
Listen, man. I don't trust you.
What don't you trust? What's not to trust about me?
This dragon doesn't trust you.
Look, listen. I was out on my merry way. I was just doing a little bit of looking around. I heard that some of the place, there's a museum, just that building right there, and he points across the street. I heard that there was some things in there, so I came out here, thought I could help, and this guy tried to rob me. And then I...
Now listen here, you. I know a liar when I see one. And I turn to my companions here and I say, this man is not a liar. I believe that he was in some grave danger. Please tell me, sir. And I turn back.
That. And he picks up his dagger from the body. Thank you.
And I say, now, perhaps you might be able to point us in the direction of the bakery, because I'm aware that there might be a bakery in this area of town.
Oh, it's right there. And he like points, and you see like a dim light and a plume of smoke from a building. So now, where's the tavern?
The tavern
Just
is, of course...
Just a minute, Charlemagne. Now, listen, all of you. I want to know a little bit more about this guy. First of all, Charlie Rabbit, do you know this face?
I've never seen him before in my life. And I tell you, listen, there are a lot of people out here that have survived in a lot of bad ways. Look, you three got pushed in here by Damien Awesome Cool, and you're all right. But not everyone who got pushed in was just a misunderstanding, if you know what I mean.
But of course, I understand what question to ask. And he turns back to the man, Charlemagne. And he says, have you eaten another person?
I mean, define.
The Wendigo. Quick, run! The Wendigo.
I'm not. What do you mean, fuck you, Wendigo? I'm not Wendigo. Look, I haven't eaten another person. No, you can check the contents of my belly if you believe it. All I was doing is I was out here trying to take some stuff, and he came by and he tried to kill me, and I killed him first. Is that so wrong?
So you're a thief and a murderer.
Excuse me, what? No, what was I supposed to do? I came out here. It doesn't look like anybody owns this place anymore. And you point, it's like clearly charred. Like it's just a fucking half burnt building. Yes. Did I take some stuff from there? Yes. Does that make me a thief? Technically, yes. But on my way out, this bloke tried to jump me. It was self-defense. I kill him.
So, wait. You are a thief?
No.
Don't you know that I am a king?
Well, that's nice.
And you have stolen, and you will be beheaded. Off with his head. And
hold on. How am I any better then? You came along, and now you're going to try to kill me, and all I did was I killed this guy because he tried to kill me. Then, by the transitive properties, I should try to kill you because you're trying to kill me too. And I don't want to do that. I'm not a bad guy. But I will. Look, all I'm trying to do is get back to the tavern. That's not unfair. I haven't done anything to you. You haven't done anything to me. I don't understand where this hostility is coming from. Is it because I'm standing in the moonlight covered in blood over a dead body? Because that's not fair.
I hop down off my horse. And I tell him again, since Charlemagne told him to pick his knife back up, I'd say, drop your knife.
I just did. I'll do it fine. And he like shoves it. He like drops it back into the body. There. Look. I'm not trying to do anything difficult. I just want to get back to the tavern. I'm hungry.
Well, if you came from the tavern, you should know how to get back. Now stop putting down your knife and pick it up. Off with his head.
He bends down and picks up the knife again. Wait a minute. Why do you want me to get my knife? You're going to cut off my head. Is there no one
drop
around
the knife.
I just did. He puts the knife back down.
Pick up the knife.
I don't know what to do.
Shoot the man.
Can I gain a premonition about this dude?
Sure.
I want to learn about his like proclivities vis-a-vis flesh eating.
Sure.
Another 15.
15? Okay. Yeah. What? So you want to know what? His proclivities vis-a-vis eating people?
Yeah. Has he eaten a person?
No.
Okay. That's good to know. So, wub. Miraz gets like, her brain sort of expands and contracts in her head. And she's like, I don't know how to explain how I know this, but he didn't eat anybody, Charlemagne.
Thank you. Jesus.
That
I tell
doesn't
him
mean
to-
that he's good.
I tell him to back away from the body, and I'm going to slowly approach. and
I'm not
keep in
really
mind-
comfortable with the amount of orders you're giving me, but ultimately, I don't have anything to gain by being difficult. And he turns around and starts walking away. But frankly, I think you're all abusing your power. I was asking you for advice. In fact, you know what? Maybe I don't need it. And he still walks away from the body. He's like, I'm a bit offended. Fuck it.
You're offended?
And he starts, he's like, gives you a wide berth. He's like, I'm just going to assume that the tavern was the direction you came from. Goodbye. And he starts like giving you a wide berth and like trying to walk around you guys.
No.
I'm going to reach down and grab the knife that he threw into the body several times.
Yeah.
And I kind of wipe off the gore on my sleeve, and I go over to Charlemagne and I present him this knife.
The guy's like, what are you fucking... What? That was my knife. You just stole from me.
No, I acquired from you.
Hold on. You mad at me because you said I was a thief. And I said, fair enough. And then you're mad at me that I was going to kill, that I killed somebody because it was self-defense. And I said, fair enough. And then you threatened to kill me. And then you took something from me.
Can you just give me a little bit more information? Because my head's all fuzzy.
No. You're are terrible people. I was really looking forward. I thought, it's a beautiful night. I survived a knife attack. My dad's favorite knife is with me. I'll just get a nice little nip back to the tavern. But no, you have made me ruin my faith in humanity. And he like looks down and there's a little yup next to him. He's like, that's right. And he picks it up. He's like, let's go. And he starts walking down the road the direction you came.
So I'd like to. So I see that there's blood on him, right? And I'd like to play this out in sort of a way, and sort of a storytelling way, and I say, now listen, I do feel very sorry. Maybe I can repay you, and I'm looking at my counterparts as I turn back to him, by healing you and helping you on your way. Now, how would you feel about that? In fact, I won't even wait for your answer. I will just do it. And I go to cast like a healing spell, but I accidentally cast my exception.
Okay. Oh no.
So.
And he's not from this realm.
That's right.
So it does more damage?
No, you can.
No, if he's native to the recursion.
Oh.
You can like stun him basically.
So I'll pick one creature within long range. The target is jolted by a confluence of fundamental forces for 4 points of damage. If they're native, it's just not. Is he native? No. Okay. On a successful attack, in addition to taking 4 points of damage, it cannot act on its next turn.
So yeah.
Oh no, that's all with if it's native.
No, that's if he's
A non-native
non-native.
creature normally can't be set. Attack for several hours. Okay, so yeah, I cast this exception. Is that fair?
Yeah, of course. I mean, you have to roll for it.
Yeah, but I guess the joke here is that it's just continually doing damage to this knight. Oh.
It'll be demanding, so 9 or higher.
3.
So you very clearly try to heal him and then shoot a bolt of lightning that like blows up a tree behind him. He's like, Jesus fucking Christ! And he just bolts it down the road. Just fucking starts running.
But I was only trying to help. Oh my god, people can be so difficult.
Yeah, do you follow him or is it just the end of Steve?
Shall we follow him? I mean, I feel bad. Maybe I should have tried to heal him again.
Don't follow him. We have a place to go. God, you guys get distracted so easily. Just keep moving down the road.
I want to just quickly look over the corpse.
Sure.
Is there any cool stuff?
No.
Okay.
He had all the cool stuff, and you
Dang it.
fired at him and chased him away.
I kind of like how that turned out, actually.
Me too.
He did mention a museum, so maybe we can swing by.
I will save you time. He took the stuff in the museum.
All right. Well.
Sorry.
Oh, damn.
I mean, we can do it if you want, but it'll be ultimately unfulfilling for you.
Can I try again? It is a long range spell.
No. No, that was you. He gets to move. That was his reward for you failing that.
And I just watch him run down the street and shrug, and then I hand the knife over to Charlemagne.
You have a knife, Bob.
I love it.
I love that. A nice knife too. Thank you very much, my friend. I am really starting to enjoy your company, your people and your squishy fellow. I'm really starting to enjoy this adventure we are on.
I think we're doing a really good job. Let's go.
You ride directly over the body, and just as you do, the dragon just eats the fucking dead body off the road. Because why wouldn't it? Mm-hmm. And you continue moving down past the baker. You smell fresh bread just waft over you as you move past it.
I thought this was an abandoned town.
Yeah, but it's got a baker in it.
Let's go to the baker.
Sure. You right in front of the baker, you see it says "Catcher in the Rye," and there's a big double pane window in the front. It's sort of foggy glass, but you just see the yellow light of a fire and maybe some candles on inside. You think you even hear some sound. It's like
bakery, my favorite type of food.
And my yups are hungry too, so I need to get some crust.
Yeah, by this time the bigger yups are now cresting the hill behind you too. Yup. So the yups are all sort of excited.
Awesome.
Charlie, would you like some bread, or do rabbit people eat bread?
All right, yeah, I'd like a little bit of bread. I mean, we've been riding for a few hours, might as well take a break. And he hops down and heads towards the bakery.
We push the door open.
Perfect. And immediately,
as I
the wafting stench of freshly baked bread just covers over you. You know, that delicious smell of grains and the crackle of fire on wood.
What a stench that is.
Hello. Welcome to the Catcher in the Rye. Give me a speed roll, Charlemagne.
Speed roll. A 2.
Catch something.
It's going to be challenging. A 2?
Yeah.
You rolled a 2?
You can re-roll.
For XP if you want. It doesn't matter.
Oh, that's right. It's a 2.
Okay. Yeah, just a whack of dough hits you in the face. And he's like, "Oh, you're supposed to catch it. It's the name on the sign." And he's like, you see this big, plump, jolly man with a twisty mustache, a white chef's hat over the side, and he's got flour all over his apron. He's got a big red bow tie, and he's tossing this ball of dough back and forth in both hands. Welcome. Sorry about that. And he walks behind the bar, excitedly starts rolling out dough. Help yourself. And he gestures to a wall, to a bunch of baskets with bread.
And Charlie, as soon as he gets hit in the face, the words that instinctively come out of his mouth are like, "Oh, this is it. Oh, this is ridiculous. Oh, what are you doing? I guess it is." And hearing him, explain that it's called the Catcher in the Rye, I calm down. Okay, I understand my English is not the best, but it's a good joke, yeah?
Oh, me neither, friend. It's a wonderful joke. Come in. It's chilly outside and nice and warm in here.
You can say that again. This place smells so delicious.
Oh, thank you. I pride myself on having the best baked goods in all the land. Also, the only baked goods since everyone died.
Miraz is standing in the middle of the shop doing a slow circle, taking everything in. She's like, dope. Where does this all come from even?
Oh, it takes a bit of finagling, I tell you that. Speaking of, where did you come from?
Hole in the sky.
No. I recognize these two. You're quite familiar faces. And he points to Reza and he points to Charlemagne, more gesturing that they're human. But you, strange one, you don't seem human.
No. No, I guess not. And that's what they call you then.
Yes, we are humans, but... And he kind of walks around and looks through your arms. They're sort of like, I'm assuming they're like
Semi-transparent.
Yeah, semi-transparent. Yeah. What type of world do you come from?
Oh, well, that's quite a question, I guess. Benthia.
Benthia? Sounds interesting. What do you do there?
Me?
Yes, you.
Well, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, you know? I'm a teacher, yeah, and I like surfing. So, I like fighting for my own personal liberty.
Yes, I like fighting too.
You must be excited to get back there then, to this Benthia. Must be a bit different than where you are now.
And she takes a second, like, it hadn't really occurred to her. And she's like, well, yeah, man, I guess, like, the whole premise of us getting together and going on this quest to find the sacred stone is, like, in order that we could be returned to our home planets and dimensions, right? But I guess I never really considered that maybe I would end up somewhere that I prefer.
What do you mean you prefer? Everyone prefers home. Why, I dream of a day I can go back home. It's something I long for. Are you insinuating that you might not want to go home when your little adventure's all over?
Yeah, man. I mean, like, come back to me on that once I have, like, some time to, like, gronk it over. But, dude, that's a big, heavy question.
Sorry, I usually ask the heavy questions while the dough is rising. Anyway, what can I get you?
Some answers, I guess.
That is exactly what I was just thinking there, Miraz. I was curious if you have heard of the Bedouin Stone.
Bedouin Stone? No, I don't say as I have.
Well, then maybe just a dozen of your freshest buns.
That sounds wonderful. And he packs them up in a nice paper bag, ties them, and he, like, signs the top, Catcher in the Rye Bakery, Bob Pierre, and, like, underlines it and slides them across. That'll be 5 shillings.
Oh. I do have money here. And I give him 5 crowns.
Very good, but no, shillings is what I need.
Ah. Well, I haven't got shillings. Perhaps you could
I'm sure you're friends. Do you have shillings? Charlie's like, no. And Reza, I don't know your name, but I assume that's your name.
I tell him no, but since my cipher ring is long worn off, I take it off and I hold it out to him. It's like, will you take this in exchange for your bread?
Jolly good. It's quite interesting. And he sort of looks at it for a second. Unfortunately, I will need shillings. No. And he kind of almost begrudgingly slides it back. And he turns to you, Miraz. Wonderful to meet you. Great story. Do you have 5 shillings, darling?
I mean, I don't.
So none of you have 5 shillings.
Then
you get the fuck out! You get the fuck out! And he reaches under and pulls out like a long, like, blunderbuss. You get the fuck out! And he fires it and it smashes through the front window and he reloads it immediately. You get the fuck out now! You get the... And he just keeps screaming until you leave. Like Charlie's
I think we have
immediately
extended our stay. And Charlemagne leaves very, very quickly.
I mean, is there a chance that we could grab one bread on our way out? Just grab a bread?
He's going to get a surprise attack. So if you want to, yeah, but he's going to fire at you.
Nah, never mind. It's not worth it.
Yeah, he starts firing and you're like mad dash for the horses. You're like running on it, jumping. And
the horse is
and
running
as
in
we're
circles.
He follows you out to the street and he's like firing at you in the distance. You get the fuck out!
What a jerk.
Clearly, he should say on the door that they only take shillings. My, what an overreaction. If I were him, I would have said, off with your head. Come on.
You continue down the street.
He's going to have to replace his own window. That wasn't a great move for him, really.
Mike Kyles is very stable.
I'm such a nice guy.
Pay the man his money. You crest down a small snow-covered hill on the edge of this small hamlet. The wind brings the small, hard pellets of ice towards you with such speed it feels like sand against your skin as the storm begins. Eventually, Charlie taps you on the back, Reza, and sort of holds up a small hand to slow. All right, all. This is as far as the horses are going to take us. And he hops down. This is the Lake of Dunmara. No more horses from here on out, I'm afraid. And he looks towards you, Miraz. And the dragon at first sort of cocks his head, looks to everyone dismounting the horses, and then looks back to Charlie and just like bucks you off, and then takes this guy.
You're pretty awesome.
Bessie's always been a bit temperamental. And the horses are just like, and they sort of turn around and start clopping back down the road.
I reach up and I kind of smack the side of my horse's head.
Yeah, she falls over
and I hear something snap.
Yeah,
and then she falls over.
She 100% dies. You just killed her. She's like, and like just the horse is dead there.
Go over and then close.
And the other one just like looks at it.
Yeah. Wait, I got a better one. I get off my horse and it like wanders into the lake and then keeps wandering until it's like over its head.
No.
And then you just see this like
no, not that. No, lake is different. But it does look at the other horse and it's like, and then just mounts it. Before you, stretching out as far as the eye can see in the darkness, is a frozen plain, smooth and barren of snow as if it were made of glass. This isn't just a frozen lake, as far as I can tell. We've only been able to get across it once, but very few have been able to make it back. There are things below the lake, dormant and the like, but if they hear a noise, we'll watch. And he bends down and he picks up a stone. He throws it off to the left of the lake. It cracks down on the ice and skips a few more feet before sliding to a stop. For a moment, you sort of watch confused, and then in a shower of ice and water, the explosion sounds out and a crater erupts from the ice, just sending the pebble into the air. And they're all over the lake, but that's not the worst part. And he points back to it, and a few seconds later, you see the ice seal right back over and freeze. It's not just about getting hurt in an explosion if you make any noise, but if you fall through, that ice is liable to lock you in real quick. So, we take it slow and steady. We'll be okay. We're going to grab a few stones to distract, should you need to make an explosion somewhere else.
Miraz walks to Charlemagne and takes both of his hands in her two jelloid appendages, and she like looks him dead in the face, and she's like, now listen, man, this is gonna be kind of a fucking trip, okay? But you are a loud little bitch, and so you need to keep your mouth shut. We got this?
How dare you talk to me like this? And he pulls his hands away. You shall not even possibly talk to me like this again, you silly little...
I'm just saying.
Charlemagne's having like a hernia. He like stomps off and then comes back a moment later. I understand. I will be quiet.
So during that time, you sort of look around and Charlie's halfway across the lake.
Oh no.
He's just like doing his own
Oh
thing.
no! We must catch him! Quick! Run! Use your feet and stomp in the ground quick! Oh, no. I almost forgot. And Charlemagne gets on his belly and starts sliding across the lake. In a very majestic
I
sort
like
of
that.
silly.
Yeah, give me a speed roll. So Charlemagne's going first?
Yeah, and
Guess
I think
so.
Miraz is actually going to take a page out of his book and she's going to like slurp on all fours.
I'm going to lower the speed difficulty for you guys. I suggest you go one at a time. Or you'll die.
Yeah.
So Charlemagne goes first.
I rolled a 10.
Good. Yes, I lowered the difficulty.
Excellent.
You do succeed. This is gonna be a 4 quarters. So you make it 1 quarter into the ice. I will let you roll again. Now again, remember you can be using. Yes.
Like I'm going 4 quarters and then each of these guys.
No. You can do however you want to do. If Miraz steps on the ice right now, though, because you're sort of occupying the same quarter, you're both going to take damage.
Well, no. So
Okay.
he like went a quarter of the way out, right?
Exactly.
So then.
You're at the lake edge, I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just mean to say, if he didn't go and you successfully roll, then you're on the same space as him. Therefore, the next failure.
Got it.
You get it? Good.
Okay. So I should roll.
I would suggest moving 1 more before anyone else enters.
Okay.
Now, I want to make this clear. This is a demanding task that because you're on your belly, I've lowered it to a standard task. That's 6 or higher.
Okay. I just rolled a 14
Yeah, so you make it.
for the second.
You are halfway. And as you reach halfway, you actually see Charlie step off the ice on the farther side. Like, very doesn't give a fuck about you guys. He puts Beat Borp down next to him, who is on his back. Just Beat Borp's been, like, turned off through all this. And they sit down under a tree waiting for you all.
Miraz starts to slurp out on the ice on her belly, just like Charlemagne did, because it's a genius idea. And then she hears like a little like, and she looks behind her and she sees her clone is starting to follow her. She shakes her head super vigorously and the clone like backs off and then just sits down on the side of the lake. And I think I'm going to leave my clone behind for this portion because I don't want to risk
Good call.
this happening. So I will be cloneless. And I'm
Cloneless.
going to make a roll.
Isn't that a movie from the 90s? Clone
What was
Less?
it? Hold
9.
on. What?
9.
Alex kept talking.
9.
9 success.
9.
Yeah, so you move across.
Okay.
So you are 1 quarter in.
So Charlemagne has to go again.
Charlemagne.
Okay. Oh no, a 3.
Yeah. So you move between halfway and 3 quarters. And what do you do that causes sound?
My like decorative buttons on my jacket catch like the smallest, fucking tiniest little bubble crack, and it's just like, ding. You hear like
Oh, nice.
on
Yeah.
the ice.
And everyone goes silent as you hear. And you look down beneath the ice, and there, frozen, is a face, a skeleton-like face. Its mouth is open, its eyes are vacant, and then from within its mouth, you see a fiery burst, and you get thrown into the air. You take 3 points of damage to your might, and you land with a thud. Roll a speed roll. We don't know if you land with a thud or with a swash yet.
A 2.
Yeah, you land right back into the water.
No.
Underneath
Whoosh.
the water right now.
My rolls have been sucking hard.
Yep.
Shit. Can I help out?
I mean, you can try to, yeah. So he blew up between halfway and 3 quarters.
Uh-huh.
You are
Don't worry
at
too
1
much.
quarter right now.
Don't
Don't
worry
worry
because
too
I have an
much.
idea. I have an idea.
I'm still on the far bank and
Mhm.
not wanting to make noise. I go,
You just see like distantly his little form like wah in the air. Limbs just totally flailing.
So
Ragdoll.
Charlemagne looks back and goes,
No, you're underwater, bud. You're like, you're like, the icy cold just immediately attaches to you, and you are chilled. Who wants to go next? So you,
The point that Charlie was making with the pebble was that you can distract the creature, right?
correct. Well, I don't think it's so much as a creature as if a loud noise is sounding somewhere else, it's going to give you the opportunity to make noise.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't really just describe whether it was a creature or whether it was what. Charlie,
I take Cal, and I say, you've trained for your whole life for just this moment, Cal. And I look at him, and I hug him, and then I toss him across the ice. And as he's going, he's bouncing. It's like, yep, 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 yep.
Yep, 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 yep. Yeah, and he gets to a certain point, and then a loud noise just blows the yup, yup. Miraz, do you want to act? What do you want to do at this moment?
Yeah, so I'm going to use that opportunity.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, yup, yup, creature, for your service.
So that lowers it to a simple difficulty to move across the ice for 1 square.
So I'm going to try to move quickly.
Okay.
To get to the place where the ice is cracked, so that maybe I can get there before it starts to freeze over and I can help Charlemagne out of the water.
So if you're going to be moving quickly, it's going to be, I'm going to say this. Normally it would lower it to simple. So the difficulty of this task is demanding. That's a 9 or higher. Because you were on your belly, I gave you a 6 or higher. With a distraction, it's a 3 or higher. However, because you are running, I'm going to make it a standard task. So 6 or higher for running with a distraction.
Okay. And I think I'm going to expend effort on this.
Okay.
So I don't have any edge on speed, which is going to take 3 points, I believe, off of my
Correct.
total. So
But you'll be saving Charlemagne. So.
Yeah, that's the whole idea, because I really don't want this ice to close over on him.
And it definitely will.
That's a 19.
Awesome. So yeah, you run over there, you skid, and with a 19 and 20, we decided to have minor and major effects. I'm going to just hand wave this and say your minor effect is helping Charlemagne.
Cool. So I reach my little appendage down into the water, and then
I have an even better visual for you.
No,
you
give it to me.
Slide across the water, and as you're passing, because you're a surfer, right?
Yeah, man.
So you slide past the crack in the ice where I am, and as you slide past, your hand grabs my hand, and you pull it out with the momentum.
Yeah,
and I come up out of the ice.
I run, and then there's a little ice floe bobbing, and as it's bobbing there in slow motion, and I'm running, it's slowly getting bigger because of how the ice is freezing over, and I land on it and just whoosh across the water, dip my hand in and pull him out. Fucking Legolas, that shit.
Amazing.
And then we get out onto the other side, and then I slam us down on the ice, both belly flat, and just wait.
So cool. I'll give you an XP for that, because that was a pretty fucking dope use of all of that.
Woohoo! Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right, I'm gonna say you guys are. I mean, I know you went forward, but that was sort of a misstep. So I'm going to say you're halfway between half and a quarter. So you're going to have to make 2 more moves to get fully off the ice. Reza!
I've got Charlie Rabbit, and I've got...
Oh, Charlie Rabbit's already on the other side.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I got
he's
Onyx.
Waiting for you guys. You just got Onyx
I've
left.
got him. And instead of
Keyboard,
on my
probably,
stomach,
right?
I lay down on my back and kind of scoot on my back
Sure.
with my feet.
Okay, give me your roll.
That would be a 9.
Success. Yeah, you move a quarter away across the ice.
On a difficulty task of 9 or higher. Oh, never mind. I just answered my own question.
There you go.
9 or higher.
Reza, do you want to make it halfway or do you guys want to keep going across? I feel like Reza's moving faster now, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Go.
I say, Charlemagne.
Go with the momentum.
Charlemagne, go.
Okay.
Go.
Okay. Okay. So Charlemagne continues to squabble across with a 14.
Success. Yeah, so you make
Icy,
it. You're about
shivering.
15 feet from the end.
I say now, Reza, go again.
Mm-hmm.
Reza?
Okay. Oof. Well, that stinks. And I guess I'm going to have to describe this one.
Is it a number 1?
Yeah.
No, that's a GM intrusion. So this is even better.
Okay.
So, you guys see Reza scooting across. He makes it about halfway, pretty successfully. And you're sort of, I picture this, you're looking over, you're like, come on, Reza. You look back, you see Charlie Rabbit. You look over, you see Reza, you're like, come on. And then you stop as you see 15 yup-yups all step onto the ice, following him from when he kept them. Totally clueless. And they're like, yep, yep. Yep, yep.
Yup, yup.
Yep, yep. And they all start walking on the ice. And for a moment you think, okay, maybe it's all right. And then
Yeah. Like their toenails are long, all of them. There's like tap, 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 tap every step.
you just see explosions. Everyone's going to have to make speed rolls. We're going to do this in order from who's closest to the shore to farthest. So everyone's difficulty is higher right now. Charlemagne, you're going to have to do a demanding 9 or higher to get off this ice.
Oh my god, here we go. Fuck. 7.
Yeah, no. So you are running with this, hoping that the sound covers you, and an explosion lands. You take 3 damage, and give me a speed roll.
Okay, 14.
Okay, you land on the ice. And I'm going to say you're pretty close to the side. So Charlie Rabbit actually reaches out and pulls you to the side.
Thank you.
Miraz, you're going to have to make a difficult speed roll.
Yikes.
12 or higher.
I'm going to drop that difficulty again by spending effort
Okay.
on the speed. Here we go. 12.
Success. Yeah. You are running past the hole that just exploded. Your floppy feet are just... Reza, you turn and see this sea of yup-yups that you have brought with you walk onto the ice. You see fucking Miraz's clone sort of walk on as well. You see everything exploding in like a wall of ice before you. You are going to have to make an intimidating roll, which is an 18 or higher. Now, remember, you can spend effort to lower this. It is speed. If you have any assets, you can use them, but this is going to be tough.
What do I need to roll again?
18 or higher.
Oh, okay.
Holy
But again,
crap.
you can lower the difficulty by spending speed points.
It won't matter. 1.
Oh, no! So, yeah, this is a GM intrusion. So, on top of a GM intrusion. So, not only do you... So, you go to turn... And the yup right next to you looks up at you and he's like, yup, and jumps out of your hands and right below your feet. A sea of ice explodes all around you and you fall into the icy water. First off, you take 3 points of damage. Secondly, you fall directly into the water without any help. Thirdly, you see in all the reflection, you see all the yups falling down into the water around you. You are swimming in icy, cold water. The world around you closing in. And as you go to swim back up, give me a speed roll.
Come on.
It's going to be a 12 or higher.
1.
Oh my God.
Is that a trick die?
And as you reach up to touch the ice...
Oh, this is my 1 die.
There's only one on
I'm
all
just
sides.
doing this one. As you reach up to break through the water, you feel it is already frozen over. You turn to your side. You see one of the faces of the yup. You turn to your other side. You see another face. And below you, you see a skeleton, its maw open wide, a fiery burning beside it, inside of its throat. And it begins to burn. And I think we'll end it there for this week.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I had such a good idea, though.
Oh, me too. We should discuss ideas.
There's a few good ideas, and then you can start next episode with it.
Because I was going to burn this on air.
Yeah. Oh, you should still burn it, but
Put it in the jar of dice.
there are a few things that obviously are going to come to pass. Number one, there are a few very critical roles that come up, meaning if Reza fails this, we're going to have to figure out a new character option. Secondly, Joe works tonight, so we cannot make this stream go long.
Right.
And despite how
True.
exciting this is, it's going to have to keep going.
Sorry, guys.
No, not your fault.
No, don't be sorry at all.
But yeah, there's going to be a few critical rolls. You took 3 damage right away. I'm going to give you 3 additional damage starting next episode, so you can account for that now, so that you don't have to worry about it. And then we're going to have to figure out a way out of this. Wow, guys, good job. A lot of fun.
You too. Good
Wow.
episode, Harlan.
Thank you. You guys
Bob,
did great.
Make sure you write down that those 3 points are because
Yeah, you're down 6.
Harlan's memory is not the best. Let's say that.
I'll make you
I
take
went
more
from-
off.
In the
might try to-
span of about 2 minutes, I went from 15 to 9. So
Yep.
Oh my god.
It was those
Well, I went from
fucking
9
yup
to
yups.
3.
Mhm.
It's actually really funny because I literally, it literally says if they grab yup yups, they will come back on the ice. It literally just says if they bring yup yups, they fuck up the ice lake. So even if you
We
said
did
no,
great.
Yeah,
We fucked up the ice lake. We chased away the guy with all the magic stuff.
yeah. What was the first thing you had? You didn't have shillings. Just kidding. That wasn't your fault. Killed the horses.
Gotta kill the horses.
Yeah, a lot of craziness. Missed 2 ciphers this game.
No,
Anyway,
stop saying that.
sorry, you did great.
No, you have more opportunities to give us ciphers.
You're gonna have so many great opportunities.
They were on Bob the killer, right?
Who knows? Good job, guys. MVP this game. Let's give it to.
Steve, that was Steve the killer and Bob the baker.
Baker, yeah, Baker Bob. How many? Who gets MVP this week, guys? You pick.
Oh man, I always hate this.
Let's give it to Alexi for his amazing cover of Dice Shame's theme song.
Perfect.
Unrelated, but it's
Agreed.
fucking
Great.
amazing.
Unrelated, but
And if you haven't heard it, go listen right now to the amazing theme song, the Dice Shame theme song that Alexi covered. It is
New episode of Dice Shame coming
Comes out
out
tonight or tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow
morning. It's
Yeah.
very good.
Thursday.
Episode 30 or 29?
29.
Episode 29. I think so. Yeah. Almost at the big 3-0. Yeah.
God.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back next week with more Strange. Thank you to these amazing players for making these characters come to life. Hopefully Reza comes back next week. We're going to have to figure that out. Ladies and gentlemen,
I'll
That's
be
it
with
from
you
us.
in a minute. Stop. God. Okay. Minute. I'm done.
as my
Bye.
gal Joe always likes to say,
We'll see you around the table.
we'll see you around the table, guys. Good night.